Wolfen is a 1981 horror film directed by Michael Wadleigh and starring Albert Finney, Diane Venora, Edward James Olmos, Gregory Hines, Tom Noonan, Dick O'Neill, and James Tolkan. The film opens in New York City, and I think these guys may be high. Here's some demolition and our first taste of Wolfen vision. Get used to it because you're going to be seeing a lot of it during the remainder of the film. It's a groundbreaking ceremony for Vanderveer Industries, with this main guy heading out with his lady. If it's the 1980s and there's a limo, then there has to be cocaine! They stop at Battery Park and she is high as fuck.
Chris! You scared me.
Smart ass. Look at that moon. I'm getting the fuck out of here. The driver spots our wolf friend and is immediately disarmed. When in New York, enjoy the cool, smooth taste of Virginia Slims. And they're both dead. That was cool. We check out Dewey's morning routine, including a primitive pager. Who am I bullshitting? At this point, all pagers are primitive. Warren calls Dewey in on the murder and they chopper him in like he's the Rolling Stones. It has two uses, a police car and a catering table. Dewey and Warren check things out and the commissioner and mayor show up.
Warren, what the hell happened?
They're dead. Whittington then gives Dewey the scoop on what happened to Vanderveer.
Took his brain. What the hell do you suppose they did with it?
Remember they dribbled it down Wall Street. What's today's special?
Tennis shoes and jock straps. A lot of joggers are going out of business.
Is that Carl Winslow? Holy shit, it is Carl Winslow! Pepperidge Farm remembers. They discuss the lack of any metal residue in the wound, then there's a meeting with Warren that amounts to them concluding that they don't have shit. Elsewhere, Executive Security is also running an investigation.
Transnational terrorism would rival their victims in profit if you guys didn't pass that cost on to the
So I guess they're running the show because Dewey is teamed with Rebecca on the case.
The unomondo, they slash off the male genitalia. The cock and balls, they stuff them in their victim's mouth.
Perfect timing. Executive Security pulls in militant Sicily and asks her some information.
It wasn't a murder, Rebecca. It was an execution.
No, she's lying. She knows nothing about the murders.
That was useless. Meanwhile, in the slums, it's chow time. It's 1981. Sure, you can smoke in here. The demolition continues and they find a bunch of parts. Dewey and Rebecca go to the Vanderveer home and are apparently art critics.
Mrs. Vanderveer painted this? Oh, such a disturbing picture.
It sure disturbs me.
She was asking for help.
With a rock vessel.
Then are called in about all those parts.
We got hair files on every race running, plus your basic sub-flavors. Facial, axillary, chest, pubic.
And slackers, too.
The one on the left came off the Bronx kidney. The one on the right was found on Pauline Vanderveer. Identical.
Oh shit, right. This was pre-DNA. But they do know the hares are not human. They travel to the slums and investigate a noise from this old rundown church. Is this building safe for humans to be in? More noises are heard and Rebecca heads upstairs. Then Dewey does this for some reason. Night falls and it looks like somebody got the scent. Dewey and Rebecca go for a drink as the wolf makes a trip into Manhattan. Holy shit! Rebecca goes home and Dewey goes back to the crime scene. That is exactly how I would feel if Albert Finney pushed me down a flight of stairs. Jump scare! The next day they talk to Tom Noonan.
See, the medical examiner sends us dozens to identify. They're coming up out of toilets, biting people on the ass.
Oh, that was nice to see. He checks the hair and tells them it's a wolf hair, but a wolf couldn't have done this.
No, I wish. We wiped them out around the turn of the century in the East. They went the way of the Indians and the Buffalo, the Genocide Express.
Dewey remembers a radical Native American and considers him a suspect.
He did 4 years for manslaughter. Killed an apple.
What's an apple?
A conservative Indian, red on the outside, white inside.
I've never heard that before, but I think it may be a little racist. Dewey goes to the top of the bridge to meet Edward James Olmos.
I can shift with the best of them.
Shift.
Shape shift, we do it for kicks.
Oh, yeah?
Turn ourselves into a different animal. One night a salmon, next night a deer.
Or a wolf?
Sure.
Is that an admission? Look at that view. Eddie discusses jumping and then leaves. It sure doesn't look like Dewey is fond of heights.
Don't do that kind of shit, man.
Whittington informs them that the parts are from different people and they were all diseased in some way or another, and some of the wounds appear to be bite marks. They go back to Ferguson's place.
Shape-shifting.
The body's just a physical expression of the soul. The soul can shift the body into any shape it wants. Kind of survival the shiftiest.
Are we going to buy that bullshit? Then Dewey heads out to tail Eddie. Oh shit. Eddie gets an acid tab leading to naked time. He freaks and we're treated to full frontal Edward James Olmos. That must have been some good shit. He busts Dewey out and, this is a little awkward. Elsewhere, it's trip to the zoo time with Ferguson watching the most boring documentary ever that turns into a wolf snuff film.
Yeah, hello. I want to report a fire. Yeah, fire. 64th Street and 5th Avenue.
Huh? Then he heads out going to an underpass and here's a wolf. Yeah, that was pretty stupid. He flees and... sitting in front of a co-worker's home in the dark is a little creepy, Dewey. Okay. I hope he's not going to throw her down another flight of stairs. He gets in the apartment and it's awkward event number 2 for Dewey that night. He calms down and it's time to hit the booze. You know, I'm starting to get a little sick of this effect. Wow, that was fast. Thanks for amplifying the noises of their love. Love 'em and leave 'em. Whittington gives Dewey the scoop that other cities around the country are experiencing the same kinds of killings and missing persons as they have discovered in the Big Apple. Not in the racist way, though.
Harass might include assassination.
Absolutely. Notify Warren and the FBI.
Case closed? The police work that angle as Dewey and Whittington head back to the shittiest part of town. They get into position to watch the church with sniper rifles?
Asshole.
I'm really glad you're taking this shit seriously.
Black moon over Manhattan.
Dewey heads down to the street and enters the church, making me wonder if that is such a good idea. He heads up to the tower and it looks like he has found Jack and shit. Oh shit. You mean we're actually going to see a wolf? Jesus Christ! Dewey arrives for the save, but it's too late and Whittington is dead. Wow, looks like catching that suspect is going well. Dewey heads to a country/Indian bar and Eddie tells him about Wolfen.
It's not wolves, it's Wolfen. For 20,000 years, Wilson. 10 times your fucking Christian era. The skins and the wolves, the great hunting nations live together. Nature in balance.
And they have apparently been living in the slums of the cities and feeding on the indigent for centuries. Dewey heads to the Vanderveer offices, and this is pure 1980s, realizing why Vanderveer was murdered.
Sorry, Dewey, I couldn't resist.
You fucking asshole! Warren has just delivered the connection between the terrorists they busted and Wolfhair. Even though that doesn't explain Whittington getting killed. And isn't that wolfskin evidence? They go to leave and oh shit!
God fucking damn.
You can say that again.
Don't do it.
But Walker doesn't, and you have to hand it to that wolf. Oh, he's safe now. Whoops! Walker gets out of the car and then Dewey does this! They run back into the building and return to the office with Dewey hiding in the corner. Did that wolf just fly up there? They have a staring contest with Dewey putting down his weapon and putting his hands up. Then Dewey smashes the shit out of the development model. I'm pretty sure that's not going to stop this company from tearing the rest of the slums down and putting up condos. And the film ends with an Alpo commercial. Wolfen is an interesting take on werewolf lore. The main elements are there, but they've shifted the take from the shape-shifting being a curse to being a means of survival for wolves and Native Americans. The cast is stellar, and the film isn't really that choppy, considering it went through 4 edits and the original cut was 4.5 hours long. It doesn't really feel like anything's missing. I enjoyed Wolfen, it was a good film, but considering it comes from that werewolf class of 1981 that also includes An American Werewolf in London and Howling, it's probably the weakest of the 3. But considering this is a genre that usually gets slapped with shitty movies, this is a pretty good one that gets off that main drag and sort of gives us a different perspective on the whole lore.
Why are you a cop?
Well, I like to kill. It's a habit I picked up, and it's hard to shake.